This has clearly become the big global story, and for a reason, of course, and with India today also now accessing some information about who attacked him. These are the visuals that have emerged. This appears to be the suspect attacker who also got neutralized moments after he attempted to assassinate former President Donald Trump, who's now in the rerun as well. Now, the attacker's identity officially has not been yet confirmed. Of course, a lot of names and images are circulating on social media. But what we can tell you right now, that he's about 20-year-old or so is his age, a young man. And when the shots were fired, one of the shots clearly grazed Donald Trump in the ear. You can see his ear bleeding. And that it was outside a secure area where a man who was eventually killed held a semi-automatic gun. So it's a sophisticated weapon that he had access to, and that has been recovered from him. The attacker was apparently shot in the head by the Secret Service and by the agents on the ground, but the motive is not yet known. The gunman was positioned on the roof of a manufacturing plant. It's located behind the audience, so it's beyond the area where he was addressing a rally, but clearly in sight. But when Trump was addressing the supporters, he decided to then fire, and it did graze past him. The moment the US forces sniper realized that Trump has been attacked, this is what happened seconds later. They try to, of course, form a ring around him. Then they try to take him away, but he takes a second, and he ensures that he also reacts back, shows a fist bump, and appears to say, fight. Let's listen in first to what happened at that time and what is the FBI saying.
The FBI stands with the people of Butler County in western Pennsylvania, and our hearts go out to the victims of this heinous act which occurred today. This is our community, and I want to let the public know that the FBI has deployed a number of our resources, including investigative agents, our evidence response team, bomb technicians, and we have additional resources coming from other field offices, as well as from FBI headquarters, including our evidence response. We have intelligence analysts as well, working from our field office in Pittsburgh, working feverishly to attempt to identify the individual who did this and any motives. Again, at this time, we are not prepared to identify who the shooter is. We are close to that identification, and as soon as we are 100% confident in who that individual is, we will share it with the press.
Geeta Mohan continues to be with us. Geeta, what are you picking up about the suspect attacker? Because eventually neutralized, one cannot get any information of what precisely happened, what were the comments like. And, you know, I can only imagine what the kind of reactions must be coming up right now over this in the USA. And can I also say it's concerning, isn't it, Geeta, that this is not the first time that a former or a serving president has faced this attack. Recently also there have been other countries as well where there have been heads of state who are facing similar attempts, Geeta.
That's true. We've seen a successful assassination attempt as well, not so long ago. Shinzo Abe,
correct,
who was rallying and campaigning in Japan, was killed. And we've seen certainly other such moments and attempts in various other countries. So it's not recent, it's not new. It certainly is a disturbing trend that we are seeing, and one which the world, and particularly over here, the United States of America, with its gun laws, so on and so forth, will have to really see whether if they need to have a relook on policies. But every time such an incident really takes place, there is a massive investigation that follows. In that investigation, they'll have to see whether protocols were followed or not, whether if the security apparatus was in place or not, where were the exits planned well or not. Over here, the fact that he ducked and he took so long, the Secret Service took so long to find an exit itself is certainly something that is something that will have to be looked into, and it will have to be investigated.
All right, Geeta, constantly will be tracking. This, remember, is a huge global update and a developing story that's coming in. It's Donald Trump, after all, a former president, possibly a future president as well, and has been a friend to India, to Prime Minister Modi as well. And therefore, a lot of heads of state across the world are also reacting on this. And what if is perhaps the big question here, had happened if the bullet had hit him.